Hello everybody, welcome back to Bearware the Terrible. So today we have a new deck in the expanded format for you called the Hamster Hide. So in Hamster Hide we have our Morpeko V from Sword and Shield with Electro Wheel attack allowing you to deal 150 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and with the condition of discarding an energy from Morpeko V. So you do have to discard an energy, but it allows you to switch Morpeko from the active spot, hiding it back into the bench position. So Morpeko V is very good. This attack is very similar to the old Gengar EX card. Gengar EX has the Dark Corridor attack, which is very nifty, which is very cool attack. It's a very strategic attack, allowing you to hide Gengar EX from the active spot, as it does damage continuously and it keeps switching back into the bench position. So we want to be doing that for Morpeko V with our Tough Hide card. So the main reason this deck is called Hamster Hide is because we have our tough, unbreakable hide of Donphan with the sturdy ability allowing it to stay alive after a knockout hit from your opponent. So if your opponent attempts to knock out Donphan with damage, then Donphan will recover damage until it has 10 HP remaining and stay alive for the next turn. But if they place damage counters on Donphan before the knockout hit, or if they affect it with special conditions for the knockout, then Donphan's sturdy ability is nullified. Sturdy does not work anymore. But if they don't do that, we are counting on them not doing that, then Donphan's sturdy ability gets to be activated and it gets to stay alive with 10 HP remaining. And then before we do our second Electro Wheel, we want to be healing our Donphan to full HP, because sturdy ability only works if Donphan has full HP. That is the condition for sturdy to be activated. So we want Donphan to remain in full HP because we are not attacking with Donphan. Max Potion works perfectly because Max Potion discards all energy from that Pokemon and heals all damage from it. So Max Potion and Last Chance Potion is the way we are recovering, restoring the HP, restoring and rejuvenating our Tough Hide of Donphan. So Donphan is our unbreakable shield, our invincible armor, and we want to be we want to be toughening it constantly, making sure it never gets broken through, making sure your opponent never breaks through our Tough Hide, making sure they never get any price card for a Donphan hit, because they'll never be able to knock out a Donphan. So the only way they can hope to win against our deck is if they have a lot of bosses orders, if they have enough VS Seekers or Eldegoss Vs, or even Caitlyn and Cynthia tag team to recover those bosses order, Guzma, Lysander, counter catchers, custom catchers, Pokemon catchers, all the catchers, great catchers, you get what I mean. If they can catch your Morpeko from the bench spot and pull it out into the active spot to knock it out enough times, because they only need to do that 3 times. They only need to knock out Morpeko 3 times to collect all 6 prize cards and win the game. They can even pull out a Didin GX or a Tapu Koko. So basically this deck is not really that powerful against a standard deck, because a standard deck has a lot of bosses order or Lysanders or Guzmas, but we're counting on them only having 2 Lysanders or Guzmas for an expanded format, because this is an expanded deck. So if they have such a deck and we are counting on them not being able to knock out Morpeko V with a single hit, even if they do Lysander it out, they're gonna have to figure out a way of knocking it out with a single hit 170. Otherwise, Morpeko is gonna switch out from the active spot again with its Electro Wheel attack. So our main strategy for this deck is to hit constant Electro Wheels turn after turn and putting Donphan in the active spot turn after turn. So after our first Electro Wheel, we are gonna heal our Donphan with Max Potion or Last Chance Potion. I'll show Last Chance Potion now. So Last Chance Potion allows you to heal 120 damage from one of your Pokemon that has 30 HP or less. So if Donphan has 10 HP remaining, then we get to heal 120 HP from it, effectively having it recovered to full HP, reactivating our sturdy ability. So After using Electro Wheel, we recover on the next turn. We recover Donphan to full HP with either of our potions, or we can even scoop it up. And then we attach a float stone to our Donphan, and then we retreat it to our Morpeko V and do Electro Wheel to do a re-switch back into Donphan as the active Pokemon. So that is what we are intending to do, to keep Donphan in the active spot forever, and to keep it in full HP forever throughout the entire game, and to keep Morpeko V attacking with Electro Wheel and going back, hiding in the bench position always, turn after turn for the rest of the game. So that is what we are intending to do for this deck, to do a constant switcheroo, constant volt switch. You know, the volt switch attack from the Emolga allows you to damage the opponent and switch it out back into your what do you call that, into your Pokeball. You know, if you are playing the real Pokemon game, Emolga has the volt switch ability, volt switch attack that lets you switch it out for another Pokemon as you damage the Pokemon. So it's quite a strong attack as well. It damages the opponent a lot. So it's the same as Electro Wheel. So I don't want to go on too long about that. And then we also have our Tapu Koko Prism Star, which is still a standard card, by the way, just a reminder. It is team up expansion, meaning you can still use Tapu Koko Prism Star in the standard expansion, in the standard format. So Dance of Ancients allow you to attach 2 energy from a discard pile to 2 lightning energy cards from a discard pile to 2 of your bench Pokemons in any way you like, but you have to put Tapu Koko in the lost zone after using the ability. So that works really well with the 3 energy cost Electro Wheel. And also we have our expanded card Thunder Mountain, which reduces electric Pokemon attacks by 1 lightning energy. So that is very, very useful. But it is an expanded card, and we also have Max Elixirs to speed up our energy attachment to our Morpeko V to do a quick Electro Wheel turn after turn. So if they, because Thunder Mountain is a Prism Star card, meaning we can't have more than 1 in our deck, and if it gets discarded, if they use another Stadium card to kick it out, it gets placed in the lost zone, meaning you can't use it again. So Thunder Mountain is a very iffy card, is a very risky card, because it really depends on when it shows up. Sometimes if it shows up early in the game, it can really save your life. If it shows up late in the game, it can also save your life. It really depends on at what specific position that it shows up. If Thunder Mountain shows up at the right time, when you need it most, when you have very few energy attached to your Morpeko V, and you have just 2 energies, enough for it to do Electro Wheel, ready for it to go, then Thunder Mountain will be very, very useful then, because we are not relying on keeping Thunder Mountain on the stadium spot forever, because they are gonna have stadium cards, especially in the expanded format. They're gonna have stadium cards. They're gonna place a stadium card and kick it out very easily. It's very, very easy to do that. They can't use supporter cards, item cards, or Pokemon's ability to discard our Thunder Mountain as it is a Prism Star card. So whenever any player plays an item or supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to this stadium card. So I think if they have a Marshadow, it still works. So Marshadow can still discard this Thunder Mountain because it is a Prism Star. There is no writing that says Pokemon's ability doesn't work against it. So this stadium card can still be discarded and placed in the lost zone by another stadium card, by a Pokemon's ability, or by the effect of a Pokemon's attack. So we're not relying on Thunder Mountain staying in the stadium spot forever throughout the entire game. No, we are only choosing to use it when we need it, and we are only expecting it to stay in play for 1 or 2 turns, maybe probably just 1 turn, you know, as we use our Electro Wheel on our turn. So it's better to use it when you need to, only when you need to. And we also have our supporter cards. We have our Bird Keepers, Colress, Copycat, Cynthia's, Marnie, and Professor's Research. So that is a huge selection of supporter cards there. I love Colress, Copycat, because that is a very flexible cards. So as long as there's a lot of Pokemon on bench, on both players' bench, then you get to draw a lot of cards with Colress. And as long as your opponent has a lot of cards in their hand, Copycat allows you to draw a lot of cards, the same number of cards as your opponent's hand. And N, as long as you have a lot of prize cards left, if it's early in the game, if you have a lot of prize cards left, and if your opponent has a few prize cards left, then you get to disrupt their hand. Make sure they draw only a few cards, and make sure you draw 6 cards into your hand. So N is probably good for disrupting your opponent's hand, or it's actually good for your gameplay early in the game, especially when, you know, it's kind of like Cynthia, because if it's early in the game, you still have 6 prize cards remaining. And we also have Marnie, which is very, very nifty, especially in the standard format. You get to place all of your hand cards, all of the cards in your hand at the bottom of your deck, meaning you won't be drawing those same cards back. It's very different from Cynthia, and you will be drawing fresh new cards from your deck, but you only draw 5 cards. Whereas with Cynthia, you shuffle your hand into the deck and you draw out 6 cards, meaning you get to draw an extra card, but you might draw back the same cards with Cynthia. And we also have 2 Lysanders. We have 3 Float Stones, 1 Sparkling Robe, 2 Speed Energies, and 9 Basic Energies. So we have a total of 11 energies. And we have no Professor's Letter. We have Max Elixir though. So we are trying to call out our energy with either a Sonia or a Max Elixir. Otherwise, we are relying on it showing up into our hand with supporter cards or in our first turn. We're not using item cards to summon our energy cards. And we also have our balls and our Sonia. We have Sonias, 4 Sonias to call out our basic Pokemon, 1 quick ball and 2 nest balls for basic Pokemons, 2 evolution incense and 1 Pokemon communication for evolution Pokemon, and Pokecom is also good for any other cards as well, any other Pokemon cards, basic or evolution. And we even get to call out Dideen GX with either a quick ball or a Pokemon communication. So we only have 10 support cards in this deck. For a golden rule for any decks is 12 supporter cards. So it's always good to have at least 12 supporter cards in your deck, because that way you get to draw the right cards into your hand. You get to make sure you have the right cards every turn. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get out the right cards. And the reason we only have 10 support cards in this deck is because we have 2 Dideen GXs to draw more cards, and we have 2 Speed Energies to draw more cards as well. So we don't need that many supporter cards, and we actually get to have other cards. You know, we reduce the number of supporter cards in our deck, but because we need those cards for healing cards. We need our Lost Chance Potions, we need our Max Potions, we need our Scoop Up Nets, we also need our Float Stones, and we need our Lysanders as well. Lysander can be very, very useful because we only deal 150 damage. They get to switch it out. They get to switch out any Pokemon from the active spot to hide their Pokemon as well. So sometimes it's actually a good idea to Lysander that Pokemon out for the knockout hit, because 150 is not enough for a one-hit knockout. So we are gonna have to think about hitting it many times for a knockout, especially a VMAX or a tag team. Is impossible to knock out with one hit, with one Electro Wheel hit, because that is the only attack we are intending on using with this deck, other than Tingly Return, which can be very, very useful at the right timing. Tingly Return can be very useful because it paralyzes your opponent and it puts Dideen GX back into your hand, meaning you get to reuse the DD change ability, but it is a GX attack, meaning you don't get to use it anymore. You only get to use 1 per game. So you do have to be careful with the GX attack, the GX attack rule. And also GX rule, if it gets knocked out, your opponent draws 2 prize cards. Dideen GX, low HP Pokemon, 2 prize card, not a good Pokemon to use, but it has a good effect. So it also have a good GX attack, and we are intending on using that GX attack because it's the only GX attack in this deck. It's a very, very handy GX attack to use, and we are using electric type energy cards, so it actually matches well with our deck. So Tingly Return is a very, very good addition to this deck. because we have Thunder Mountains, we have Tapu Kokos to match with our Didin GX. So they might not be expecting it, but we will be using our Tingly Return when we need to. So the number of cards is here, as you can see: 3 Fanpees, 3 Donphans, 3 Morpeko Vs. We have 2 Didin GXs, 1 Tapu Koko in this deck. We have 2 Evolution Incense, we have 2 Last Chance Potions, 4 Max Potions, 2 Max Elixirs, 2 Nest Balls, 1 Ordinary Rod, 1 Quick Ball, and 1 Pokemon Communication, 1 Scoop Out Net, 1 Thunder Mountain, 2 Bird Keepers, 1 Colress, 2 Cynthias and Copycats, 2 Lysanders, 1 of each Marnie, N, and Professor's Research, 4 Sonias, 2 Cynthias, 4 Sonias, 3 3 float stones and 1 sparkling rope. So sparkling rope is actually useful for Donphan because Donphan's sturdy ability does not protect it from special conditions, meaning if it gets knocked out by poison or burn, if it gets burned to death or poisoned to death, then sturdy, the tough hide does it melts away. So it does not the tough hide does not protect Donphan from special conditions. So it's actually a very good addition, Sparkling Robe. If you can find other cards like Pastel Veil to add into this deck, then go ahead. If you can fit it in, go ahead. But I can't fit it in because Pastel Veil is a stage 1 Pokemon. Galarian Rapidash with the Pastel Veil ability, stage 1 Pokemon, very hard to fit into this deck. So I put 1 Sparkling Robe because we have Bird Keepers to switch it out. We don't need Float Stones to switch out our Donphan. We can attach a Sparkling Robe to Donphan and switch it out from the active spot back into our Morpeko V to do Electro Wheel with our Bird Keeper, or we can even use our Scoop Up Net to switch back into our Morpeko V. So we don't really need to worry too much about switching it out in terms of tool cards, because Sparkling Robe and Floatstone are both tool cards. So you're gonna have to pick which one to use. So you have to be smart, when to use it and when not to use it. So that's all for the deck explanation. I don't want to go on too long about that. Let's go for gameplay. So we have the Mewtwo tag team deck box. It's because I bought the Mewtwo GX deck because I actually need those cards to make my previous deck, the Candy Crush deck. If you haven't seen that video, it's in one of our playlists. So check out that video in our playlist. It's a Candy Crush deck featuring our Mewtwo GX, Porygon Z GX, and Hatterene from Rebel Clash. So I needed those cards. I needed Mewtwo GX to make that deck. That is why I have the deck box still in display. It's kind of the default now. They have made it my default deck box because it's basically the fanciest deck box I have. So I'm gonna attach that to Morpeko. Oh, Cursula. Have to watch out for Cursula now. Yep, that's fine. So Max Elixir and Tapu Koko would actually help protect us from the Frozen City Gnawing Aura ability. The effect of attaching energy cards from our hand. So we don't want to be attaching too many cards from our hand to our Pokemon. But I think we're gonna have to. That's gonna be 50 damage, 5 damage counters. I think I can spare that. I don't know actually. That's gonna leave us with 6. And Hollow Missile actually does a lot. So I'm gonna Lysander and then attach it. So We can't attack now because we don't have our Thunder Mountain. We don't have enough. We actually have a Float Stone, but we don't have a Thunder Mountain. Let's do that one. Draw 7 cards. That's not good. If we attach it to our Didine, we're gonna get knocked out. 50, 50, 10, 150 is not gonna knock it out. This is bad. Guess I have no choice here. So we're probably gonna use our Tapu Koko for a tingly return, and then actually we can use Static Shock. But I'm actually scared if we use Static Shock. Yep, Morpeko is done. So if we use Tingly Return, we get to save it. Oh, we have a Max Potion. I'm gonna save our Didine because it's very weak. We don't need to... Actually, we can Last Chance Potion our Didine. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna heal our Donphan. If we have a Last Chance Potion for Didine, that would be great. 4 cards, 5 cards, 6. Let's do 6-4. There we go, we have a Max Potion. So we can actually knock out the Cursula, the damn Cursula. Tapu Koko for energy attachment. Let's do that. Static Shock. Oh dear. We have a Float Stone on our Didine, so we don't need to worry. The confusion is temporary. The music is actually really loud. I'm just gonna check the volume. I'm not sure why it's that loud. Like, I've reduced the volume by a lot and it's still like super loud. So what am I gonna do? That's probably a bad idea to use this turn, but I don't know what to do really. Let's try to use Tingly Return. Oh shit. Okay, we got a... Oh, we don't have a Dedenne anymore. No more Dedenne. Let's just compress our deck. I was actually hoping for an energy card. Oh dear. Dedenne's gonna get knocked out now. 60. Ah, darn it. I should have switched it out to Donphan. Oh, they don't have energy. Thank goodness. So let's switch out to Donphan and then use Tingly Return on the next turn. Alright, that music is done. I hope the next one won't be that loud. I'm not sure why that one was so loud. Sorry about that, guys. Last chance potion. Let's use Tingly Return now. They used Koga on us. I don't think we should be too worried. Yeah, let's just pause the turn. I'm waiting for Electro Wheel again. I don't want Dedenne to get knocked out. $150, yep. If we use Electro Wheel next turn, then we get to knock out the Cursula, and it'll be great. Oh my god, what's wrong with this deck? No supporter cards. Like what's wrong with the supporter cards? My luck is really bad. It's not the deck formation, it's just my luck. Because normally I would have supporter cards by now. So let's recycle our Dedenne GX because I'm really tired of not having... I actually should have used my Tingly Return. I forgot we get to recycle not only the ability but its energy card. Ah, that was silly of me. And there we go, Professor's research finally turning up. Jesus. And we even get to revive our Floatstone. So I'm just gonna... What am I gonna do actually? Don't know what to do really. Let's just Electro Wheel. I don't need to use any supporter cards now. Last Chance Potion. I think I'm gonna use it next turn on my Donphan if they Cursula, if they Hollow Missile my Donphan, which they're probably not gonna do. They're probably gonna Hollow Missile my Morpeko V. And oh my gosh, I don't think they can Hollow Missile yet, thank goodness. Unless they have a Dimension Valley or something. This is an expanded format, so but they really looks like they are a full standard deck except for that VS Seeker. And the Frozen City, my bad. Frozen City and VS Seeker are the only expanded cards they are using. So we're gonna use Last Chance Potion 50 on our Morpeko. Yep, let's do that. Last Chance Potion on Morpeko. So that's very handy. You get to use it not only on your Donphan but also on your other cards while retaining your energy cost. Sorry, while retaining your energy supply. Whereas Max Potion, you have to discard your energies. All energy. I have to heal my Donphan now. So they are trying to deactivate. They're trying to deactivate our Tough Hide, but we recovered. We regenerated our shield and reactivated our Sturdy ability with our Max Potion. So we have another Floatstone, thank goodness. We actually have what's the word? We have a few bird keepers as well to switch out that Morpeko, that nasty little Morpeko stuck in the active spot with no energy cost, no energy supply, not cost, no energy attached to it. That fat little Morpeko stuck in the active spot. So we won the first game. That's pretty good. Against a Cursula V, trying to hit our bench Morpeko and trying to hit us with damage counters before knocking out our Donphan, trying to hit us with damage counters as we attach energy onto our Morpeko, because Morpeko is 3 energy attack cost, and we couldn't find our bloody Thunder Mountain and Max Elixirs in time, but Tapu Koko came up in time. Max Elixir, we used 1 Max Elixir out of 2, not bad as well. So that's actually not bad of a game. Max Elixir and Tapu Koko actually saved us, but no Thunder Mountain. Thunder Mountain would have been very useful, because it would not only displace the frozen city, but it would also reduce Morpeko's energy cost by 1 electric energy. Dawnwing's Necrozma. That's a pretty old card. Ultra Prism. Not too old. Just 1 expansion below the Team Up expansion, which is the last expansion allowed in the standard format. So that's a beast energy. Oh my gosh, I thought it's a unit energy. We have a Morpeko in our active spot. Beast energy. This is pretty scary. Let's see if we can get our Tapu Koko. Alright, that's not bad. It's a ghost type. I'm pretty sure it's a ghost type. The old ghost type is weak towards dark type and resistant to fighting types. So if you're a psychic type, you're afraid of ghost types and resistant to fighting type, I think. I don't think the old psychic type is resistant to anything, but the new psychic type has the same resistance and weakness as the new ghost type. So the new purple symbol from Sword and Shield expansion onwards, the purple symbol symbolizes fairy, psychic, and ghost. And psychic and ghost has the same weakness and resistance for Sword and Shield expansions onward. I'm probably over explaining things again, but you get the point. I might use a Didine. I'm gonna get energy with this one. Ooh, they can actually attack the next turn. 180. Oh dear, they can actually attack the next turn. Oh no, that's scary. I hope they don't use the GX Moon's Eclipse. They might actually use Moon's Eclipse. That's okay, we wasted a Morpeko V. It's gonna get knocked out. 100% is gonna get knocked out. Moon's Eclipse. You can use this attack only if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. Oh, prevent all effects of attacks including damage. Oh, they need to have more prize cards than us. So if they have a Miss Magius, I don't think Miss Magius is allowed in the expanded format anymore. So Miss Magius, with the ability that allows you to knock it out for to draw 6 cards into your hand. Sorry, to draw cards until you have 6 cards into your hand that mismatches is banned from both the standard and expanded format, and that mismatches is actually from the Unbroken Bonds expansion. So if it's not banned, it's actually still allowed in the standard format, but that mismatches is basically banned from all games. So don't hope of using that mismatches. But they might have a Magneton or an Electrode to allow them to reduce the price card count. Reduce, to give them that advantage to use the Moon's Eclipse, because Moon's Eclipse, I have to have less price cards than them. It's kind of the same as the Garchomp's ability. Garchomp from the Groudon theme deck. That Garchomp has the ability that increases its attack by 80 damage as long as your opponent has less price cards than you, or if you have, as long as you have more price cards than your opponent. So it's kind of a get even sort of ability, a get even sort of effect for Moon's Eclipse. So we actually get to hit Moon's Eclipse now. 150 actually knocks it out. So I'm gonna do that. Knock out the Moon's Eclipse with our Morpeko V and switch out our Donphan. Oh, thank goodness for the effect, because that effect it actually saved us a Morpeko V. I anticipated one being knocked out already, but thanks to the effect that restricts it from using it unless they have more price cards than us, we actually save a Morpeko and we actually get to knock them out and put the Beast Energy into the Lost Zone. They have 2 Malamars already. That is actually dangerous. So they can actually put another fresh new Dawnwind's Necrozma, and they can use their Moon's Eclipse now. But I'm not too worried about that, because even though it protects them from all damage and effects of damage on their next turn, on their opponent's next turn, which is our next turn, meaning we don't get to damage them with our Electro Wheel. But even though they are protected, even though their Necrozma GX is protected, they don't get to draw any price cards for Donphan knockout hit, because it actually doesn't knock out our Donphan unless they have a Hypnotoxic Laser or Koga. Invasion. So Malamar Floatstone Invasion combo, not bad. So we don't have to worry about the Cursula now. I'm actually really sick of that Cursula. So let's use our Bird Keeper. Last Chance Potion. I'm gonna use Max Potion here, because Last Chance Potion, you can actually, as you saw in the last game, you can actually use it for other Pokemon. So you don't need to use it for only Donphan. You can actually use it for Morpeko V as well, if Morpeko gets hit. They're gonna need a few Lysanders. Let's hope they don't have that. Thunder Mountain shows up too late. We don't need it anymore unless our second Morpeko gets pulled out. So the more energy it has, the less fat it is. The less energy it has, the fatter the Morpeko, because we don't want a fat Morpeko stuck in an active spot. We want a lean Morpeko. Ultra Necrozma. Forbidden Light. That's a promo card. Wow, this actually looks really good, the art. So the non-promo one is from Ultra Prism, whereas the Ultra one is from Forbidden Light, which is one expansion before Ultra Prism. So it's 2 expansion before Team Up, which is the final allowed expansion for the standard format, as I keep repeating. Recover 190. So I'm just gonna do this one. So I discarded a special energy, so I don't get to use it. I don't get to attach that with Tapu Koko's ability. And I don't actually have a float stone yet. Oh, I should have used Viridian Forest for Tapu Koko. Still no float stone. So I'm gonna Dedenne here. I can't do anything, I'm gonna Dedenne now. It's really annoying that that float stone doesn't come out. We have 2 of it in our deck. There we go, float stone. We got both of it. So let's get another Fanpy, just in case. And Electro Wheel. Back to Donphan. Oh, there we go, the first Guzma card. Let's hope they don't displace this. If they don't displace this, then it's fine. We had to put that because we were using a Dedenne GX, so we can't actually keep it in our hand because we needed to fish out a float stone with our Dedenne GX. So it's either discarding it and have it in the lost zone or placing it in the stadium spot. Copycat. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Oopsie. That was a moon eclipse. So they use moon's eclipse to knock out our Morpeko V. So we wasted an energy card. I did not realize that. I did not realize that they used their GX attack. My bad. Another Guzma. Oh dear. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's fine because they can't knock us out with their Dawn Wings now. So no more Dawn Wings. If we knock this out with our Morpeko, then we might actually have a shot of winning. Okay, that's perfect. 50. Oof, that Guzma. Oh my gosh, they had 2 Guzmas. Burning Shadow. Please, no more Guzma. No more PS Seeker Guzmas, please. They had 2 Dawn Wings and 1 Ultra, and that's their second Ultra. Oh my gosh, 60, 80 positive G. So if they have a Steel Energy, we're done for. If they have a Steel Energy and a Guzma, we're actually done for. Put 3 damage counter on the attacking Pokemon. Dragon Talon. Steel Energy. Oh my god. 3 cards left in their deck. That was a long attachment. Like, they could have attached it earlier. What took them so long? But they used their professor's research, meaning they can't use Guzma or Lysanders anymore. So if we have a Lysander, we can actually knock out their Dawn Wings for the win. So we have a Didin. Oh, we don't have any more Lysanders. That's our last one. So no more Lysander, we have to knock out 2 basic Pokemons, or we actually have to knock out the Ultra. Oh dear, what are they doing? Psi Power. $120 and $130. Oh, with Dragon Talon. No, Dragon Talon works on Ultra. They don't have any basic. Oh, they do. This is a little weird. I don't know what to do here. Let's check what we have in our deck. We have 4 energies. We have Max Elixir. Ooh, this is scary. So I'm gonna copycat Cynthia. Same thing actually. So let's put that one. Let's just use Cynthia. I actually wasted my Pokecom. Okay, we actually have that. That's not bad. We can actually Tingly return for an extra turn. Let's do that. Because Tingly return, you get to recycle your energy, you get to paralyze them, and you get to buy another turn. And buying an extra turn is, oh, they can actually invasion. Ah, that's bad. They can use invasion. I forgot about that. We're not buying any turn here. But if they use invasion, they can only retreat once. Meaning if they use invasion, they can't use their Jirachi's ability. But they only have 2 cards in their deck, so they probably don't need any more trainer cards. If they have a Guzma or a VS Seeker, then we're done for. It's as simple as that. Yep, a boss's order, we're done for. Invasion and retreat. Ah, that's bad. So they had enough bosses orders and Guzmas for the knockout. So that's it for this deck. It is the Hamster Hide deck featuring our Morpeko V from Sword and Shield with the Electro Wheel attack, and also our Donphan with the Tough Hide, our Unbreakable Shield card, the Sturdy ability card, Donphan from Lost Thunder. And we are also using our healing cards from Celestial Storm, Last Chance Potion, and our Max Potion from XY expansions. So Last Chance Potion, as you saw earlier, you can also use it for your Didinji X or your Morpeko V. If it has 30 or less HP remaining, then you get to heal 120, and it is an item card, so it is very, very handy. We also have Scoop Up Nets and Bird Keepers, Lysander, and all the other cards, and also obviously our Floatstone allowing Donphan free retreat cost. But as you saw earlier, if they have enough bosses order, Guzma or Lysanders, if they have enough counter catchers or catchers, whatever catchers, what have you, then even VS Seekers or Eldegoss Vs, if they have enough of those cards, then they can knock out enough Didinji X's, Morpeko Vs to draw 6 prize cards for the win. And they don't need to do a lot of times, they only need to use 3 Lysanders to knock out 3 Morpekos or Didinji X's. So they don't really need a lot. If you can find a card, a 1 prize card that does the same thing as Electro Wheel, then that would be great, because a 1 prize card will be much more difficult for your opponent to draw all 6 prize cards. They would need 6 Lysanders. So that is even more of a barrier, is even more difficult for your opponent to break through. You're making it more difficult for your opponent to win the game. So if you can find a rapid spin card, a card with a rapid spin attack that does a lot of damage and allows you to switch that Pokemon out and replace it with a Donphan or any other sturdy cards, I actually recommend having a Crustle instead of a Donphan, because a Crustle has the same sturdy ability but it has less HP. Meaning if you have Pokemon Center Lady, or if you have potions and in DDV, you can actually heal that Crustle easily. You can heal it because if it gets knocked out, it heals damage until you have 10 HP remaining. That means that Crustle only have 100 HP, meaning if its sturdy ability gets activated, that means it only have 9 damage counters on it. You only need to heal 90 HP to recover it to full HP. So you only need to use either a potion or a Pokemon Center Lady, a few potions and a few Mumuchis maybe, plus a few Indeedee-Vs. So you don't really need a lot of potion cards. You just need a lot of all of those loose healing cards. You don't need to heal a lot of damage. You just need to heal loose damages. But since Max Potion and Last Chance Potion does basically the same thing, it's good to have those cards as well. Actually, I would recommend having Indeedee-V and all those loose small healing cards like Potion or Mumuchis, because sometimes they might hit your Donphan on purpose. They might hit it with low damage counters before the knockout hit, because they know you're gonna heal. They're gonna prepare for that. They don't want you to be healing. They're gonna count on you not knowing the sturdy ability well enough, because some people, they don't know sturdy well enough. They thought it's gonna get activated if it does not have full HP. If it gets knocked out, it recovers HP until 10 HP remain. No, that ability only gets activated if Donphan has full HP, and if it is faced with a 1-hit KO, then that ability gets activated. You know, if it's not a 1-hit KO, then Donphan the sturdy ability doesn't work. So they are counting on you not knowing the nitty-gritty of that ability. So they want you to not heal those few damage counters on your Donphan. So it will be a bit of a waste to use Max Potion on those itty bitty damages, whereas Last Chance Potion does not work at all on those itty bitty damages, because it only works if your Donphan has 30 or less HP remaining. So it is actually a bad thing. Last Chance Potion is actually a bad card to have sometimes. So if you have a Crustle, and if you have Indeedee, and if you have other Bright Heal cards or other Mumuchis and Potion cards, then use those. It's even better. But Crustle, I don't like to use that Crustle combination because it's a bit too bulky. You need too many cards. Indeedee is already a lot of cards to add into the deck, and those loose healing cards you need to add a lot as well, because it does not heal 100%. It does not heal it to max. You need a few of those, whereas with Max Potion you only need one. You need one for a full recovery, whereas for a full recovery of that Crustle, for a full recovery with those itty bitty damage healing cards like Potion and Indeedee, you need a lot of those. You need to pack a lot of those cards together. So that's what I'm trying to say. I actually prefer to have Max Potions and Last Chance Potions than those cards, even though those cards are better, because you know, it's actually better against opponents who deal less damage on your Donphan, does not intend on knocking it out, intend on knocking it out on the second turn with a huge damage on the second turn, then that would be useful. But all I'm trying to say is Indeedee is actually a good card to have in this deck, and Crustle is actually better than Donphan. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's not talk about that too long. I think that's all for this deck. So join us for the next video. We will be explaining something about our side account video. So if you want to be starting this game over, then join us in our next video. We will be explaining a bit more about starting a new game, a new account, maybe to help your main account, maybe as a fail-safe, just in case your main account gets banned or suspended or whatever, or just for fun, if you want to start over the game for fun, if you want to collect new cards from a new game, from a fresh start, then join us for our next video, because we're going to show step by step how to get fast, how to progress fast in the game, and how to get good cards from the get-go, and how to really accelerate your gameplay, your card collections from the get-go in our next video. So we're going to explain that from creating a new account from point zero. So that's all. Also, don't forget to use up your player cup keys. As I keep saying, your player cup qualifiers, we can't join because our main account just got banned, so we can't actually join this because this is our side account, and our side account is not opted into the Play Pokemon event, meaning we can't join this Players Cup. So the next Players Cup we might be able to join. If we are able to join the next Players Cup, I will be recording some videos on that. But who knows, they might not have player cups anymore, but I hope they have more events though, because those events actually have good prizes. They have real life prizes, so if you can join them, that would be good. All you need to do is go to your Trainer Cup account. If you haven't created that already, create a Trainers Club account by going to Pokemon.com Trainer Club, and then create an account there, and then go to the Play Pokemon section, the Play Pokemon tab, and then sign up for the Play Pokemon event. If you sign up for the Play Pokemon event, then you get to join all Play Pokemon events, and you get to have those qualifier, this tournament keys, this Player Cup tournament keys immersed into your account before the Players Cup. So now it's already too late, but you can prepare for the next Players Cup if they have it, or the next the next Play Pokemon events. So any events that they have, they are gonna let you join if you opt into that Play Pokemon events. So you have to go into your Trainers Club account for that. So that's all. I don't want to go on too long about that. That's all for this video. Remember to keep playing and keep, perfecting your gameplay. Practice with the theme deck, practice with league battle decks, Keep playing and keep having fun with this game. Don't give up. Remember, if you lose, you gain more experience, you gain more knowledge, you gain more through every losses, right? Don't pick on yourself, don't pick on all the failures, pick on all the lessons that you can gain from a game, because every game has lessons that you can take from, right? Whether you made a mistake at this point or at that point, and which card that you can add into your deck to make it stronger against certain other decks, to make it more versatile, to make the range wider, to make it what I'm trying to say is you have to make sure that when you're building a deck, you have to anticipate your opponent's cards. You know, if they have a Mad Party deck, what are you gonna do? If they have a ADPZ deck, what are you gonna do? If they have a Blacephalon deck, what are you gonna do? So you have to anticipate your opponents. You have to anticipate their formations. So if a certain deck is weak against a certain formation, you have to think of adding a few certain other cards, a few certain combos or cards, just to even things out, so that you can make it a little more easier for you to win a game if you're weak against that particular formation. So you can just think about adding a few cards into those deck, or you can think about maybe perfecting your gameplay, or maybe adding more supporter cards or whatever. You know, it's all about being smarter, you know, getting smarter at playing the game. So that's all for this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you find our videos interesting or entertaining. And don't forget to check the description box for any extra information or card codes or whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and have a nice day. Bye for now.